Hey guys, when the difference between winning and losing comes down to quality, choose Addicted Marine Performance Parts. What do they do, Hayden?
You know what? They're your go-to source for high-quality billet aluminium parts. Originally engineered for the intensity of race boats, but now it's available to upgrade your ski boat.
Very nice.
You know, they also specialise in cab plate hardware, performance-driven steering components and internal fit-out accessories. And they also supply Argo V drives and all the accessories to go along with them.
That they do. If you demand the best in marine components, remember one name, Addicted Marine Performance Parts.
Everybody out there, I want to know, who wants to go fast? Let's go one time.
Welcome back to the High Speed Garage podcast from our new studio, thanks to Metworks. So,
Pretty nice little setup, isn't it?
Yeah, so we were saying at the start of the year that we had some pretty cool stuff going on in the background. And, over the Christmas break, me and Bopper had a good chat down at his place down at Christmas time. And this is where it all started to hash out. We're in an air-conditioned room with cameras. I don't think we're going to put the cameras up this week because there's a bit more setting up to do. But we've got a brand new Rodecaster Pro 2 set up next to us. Joel's here fiddling around with it. We've had Mitch fiddling around setting up some audio stuff, and Mick's just been looking at us doing.
I'm just the fucking talent, mate. I've said that before. I'm just the talent.
It's certainly weird running around with a microphone in front of my face instead of the old headset.
Yeah, you're going to have to get used to that.
Yeah,
You'll wander off.
I'm going to keep doing this and start walking away. Shout out to our sponsors, Metworks, Contrast Printing, Addicted Marine Performance, for keeping the garage open. I fucked that up because I had it all set up here. I did want to start up this week before we go into our week's conversations. Last week, I had a little bit of a joke at the end of the show, and that all started with I was actually wanting to do Chuck Norris jokes, and it seems that I'm the reason why Chuck Norris passed away.
You fucking killed him. 2 days later, he fucking died.
I didn't do a Chuck Norris joke when I wanted to. So, in light of that, I'm going to start off. It's probably going to be shit because these boys are going to have some fucking awesome ones. I'm going to start off with Chuck Norris once won an underwater breathing competition. His opponent was a fish.
I can't think of any off the top of my head. You should have warned me. And
I fucking did warn you. You just don't
out.
listen.
You warned us about 2 seconds ago.
Do you know he didn't actually die?
What happened?
He just left Earth to give us a head start.
Yeah, copy. What else we got?
I think it was Nathan Barry's one where he said,
and Chuck Norris is the only one who's still alive. So apparently we all died, and Chuck Norris is the only one who's still alive.
I think Joel's going to have to do some editing there.
So we all died.
Yeah.
We all died, but Chuck Norris.
almost had to translate that one.
Yeah,
It's hard work, that one, isn't it?
I think Joel's going to have to do some cut and shutting on that.
Oh, mate's got a funny accent.
So,
Why don't we introduce our guest that's sitting in here with us?
welcome to
You probably
our...
heard an odd voice then.
Well, I did mention him before that Mitch Williams from 100 Mile an Hour Club was on the decks before, trying to set up all our audio. Hopefully it all sounds good, but welcome.
If it doesn't, blame
Thanks
Mitch.
for having me again, boys. You've been keeping the ball rolling while I've been doing fuck all.
I will say you were probably one of our highest rating episodes last year, so let's see if the new studio rates it or you rate it. Doesn't matter what happens, we're going to have some big numbers this week.
I'll try and get the good and the bad in here then.
We don't have to tell him how good he is.
Yeah, no, I just want him to make sure that he does better.
Challenge accepted.
Yeah.
There's a couple of topics I think that might get some listens.
Fucking hope so.
Been a bit going on.
Well, we need some listens.
How was your weekend, Mick?
Fuck. You put me on the spot now. I don't really fucking remember.
I've been here a couple of days. I just thought we'd already talked about it, to be honest.
Yeah, no, we probably have already talked about our week, so it's probably all just blended in because we've been here fucking building this thing. I obviously did more work on me boat. It's almost finished. Hopefully by the end of this week, by the time you're listening, it's probably back up the right way, hopefully. And then maybe a quick trip to Newcastle to grab the engine and slot it back in and then try and do a test run somewhere before we head to Yarrawonga.
Secret testing.
Well, it's not really a test. It's really just going to run the engine in and
Make sure
it's
everything's
all
happy.
sweet, pull the heads back down and, yeah.
All right.
Over the weekend, I don't know what I fucking did. I watched the MotoGP Sunday morning, or the sprint race Sunday morning. I still haven't watched the fucking GP because I haven't had a chance, but...
Yeah, we'll get into the MotoGP because a little bit later because that was a bit chaotic. There wasn't much cool shit going on. It was definitely interesting.
Yeah, we'll get into that when we get into sport.
Yeah. Well, after we recorded last week, I ended up we had another bit of a meeting later on through the week. So just before that, I tried to run around, get all this podcasting gear ready. That was a bloody.
There was a lot of unboxing. There.
Yeah, man. There's some boxes over the back corner here. There was so much gear. It's there's a lot of cool shit that's in front of us, and very thankful to Bopper for supporting us with it. But my weekend was bloody unboxing more shit. I put friggin' wardrobes in wardrobe cabinets in the wardrobes.
Oh, yeah.
I ended up going up. We started with IKEA and nothing fitted my cabinet because it's like 1,700 high and everything's like either 1,500 or 1,200 or 2 meters. And ended up just going to Bunnings.
Buying a Cirque saw?
I've already got a Cirque saw and just chopping the thing down and just rejigging everything.
Marketplace cabinet maker. Build me an inbuilt wardrobe.
I got quoted $4,200 to do 3 bedrooms.
That's pretty on the money.
Yeah, well, I spent
$1,000 a room.
I spent $1,100 and 3 rooms are done. So that's all I needed to do. Just took me an afternoon. Job done. It's exactly the same as what we're going to do.
You could do that as a new job then.
Fuck that. I can do it for a weekend.
It took you an afternoon, so fuck, you make, what, $3,000 of an afternoon?
Yeah. I can do just as much as everyone else at Bunnings can do, so there's always work for someone. Yeah. What did you get up to, Joel?
I went away to Lake St Clair camping for James's birthday, as we do every year. And actually had good weather for a change. It's been shitty the last few years we've been there, but yeah, it was pretty fun. Smashed around with motor control boats again.
Wrecked them.
Wrecked them.
Wrecked them as usual.
Actually, well, they were all still going this time.
But they're just douched up.
James has got it's not a hole in the side of it, but it's pretty bad. It's got a mad crack in it from Brennan T-boning him.
It's got a hole in the side of it.
I think I tried to tear the nose off mine when I did a backflip and it nosed into the water. It's got a bit of a hole in the bottom of it. But other than that, still good. Me and Brendan had a mad come together. Mine quite wasn't turning the corner and just fucking ran straight the side of it and it went round.
Did you get into skiing and shit out there too?
Oh, that Brendan and James had a ski. I didn't take me ski. I couldn't be bothered. So yeah, then we just drank beer and run around in the tinny up and down the lake and went for walks. And we found before I got there, went up Friday morning. I didn't go till Friday night. They found freshwater mussels.
Oh yeah,
and they tried to cook them as we do, like with the bugs.
Yeah,
just a bit of garlic and it tastes like shit.
Yeah, anything freshwater tastes like shit.
Yeah, but I said to them, they weren't keen. We only found a couple more when we went back up to flush them out. So put them in, leave them in the fresh water till they spew, tip that out, put some more in, do that for like 6 or 7 hours and then boil them because I think they'll be like a pippy and you can boil them.
Oh, yeah.
But we never ended up doing it. So.
Anything that I've ever eaten that comes out of fresh water tastes like fucking dirt.
Yeah.
Or mud.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's why you've got to spew them up like that, eh?
It doesn't matter. Even like freshwater barra tastes muddy.
Yeah.
No freshwater fish is nice. That's why they just catch and release them most of the time.
Fish shop usually sells good shit.
Bait. It's probably good bait.
Probably. Yeah, that's all I did.
Mush it up and turn it into fucking fish fingers.
Copy. What did you get up to, Mitch?
I had my birthday on Friday,
Yes, I did.
which
Did say that.
arrogantly my sister put her wedding on that day as well. So I had that.
Hey?
That's a good party.
Thank you. That's the response I wanted. Mum said I'm not allowed to react like that.
What the fuck? I would have been blown up.
Oh, yep. I hope she hears it.
How old are you?
34.
Well, at least it's not a big one.
Yeah.
That's a pretty good party, but like,
Insane.
they're supplying all the beers for you.
In saying
The
that,
beers were shit. They were the red Peronis. Have you had them?
Oh no,
It's not a beer.
no,
It's
I haven't had the red Peroni.
no, it's not. It's
Any
no good.
Peroni's shit anyway. But
Yeah.
so when you're saying your sister's wedding was on your birthday, my wedding was actually on my wife's. Well, it wasn't on her birthday. It was going to be on her birthday. No, we moved it a day. So it's the day after her birthday. So we sort of celebrated her birthday on like the Saturday, and then we had our wedding on the Sunday.
Yeah. At least she gets that decision. See, I had no say.
so the year before when it got cancelled, it would have been on her birthday.
Nah, because we changed the day. That's what I was just thinking. But no, we changed the day. That's why it was on. The wedding was
That's
on a
right.
Sunday.
Yeah,
so we
that's
kept the
right.
same
Yeah,
date.
kept the same date.
Yeah.
That's right.
To ask permission, she messaged me months and months ago and said, "Does it usually rain on your birthday?" I said, "Fuck off." And then it was at Palm Beach, and when we drove in there, it was absolutely pissing down. I thought, yeah, but it did stop raining. It was a good day. It was all right. And then spent Saturday trying to revive myself. I went down to pull some trailer wheels off that had been in and out of the water on my pontoon boat, and it took me the hubs were seized to the fucking wheels, so there's no amount of swearing that could get them off. I had to go back the next day and get them off.
Did
Like
you
as
use
the drum
hammer?
brake sort of locked up or just locked into the bearing.
No, locked into the bearing. So I got them off, but 3 hours it took me.
So that pontoon boat you've got, that the wheels actually travel in the water, don't
Yes. So the story with that is I paid $1,000 for it, no engine, the guy dropped the price. I said, "Yeah, I'll come and get it." Went and got it that night. Drove to Bexley, got to Bexley, realised it wasn't registered and I didn't have lights. So I drove from Bexley to Auburn BCF. I got there at 8:58 p.m. They shut at 9. Bought a light board, taped it to there. And my missus said, "Is this illegal?" I said, "This is probably the most illegal thing that you could do." and then got it home. I bought the boat, $1,000, no motor. I paid $1,500 for an engine, and then got some steering on it. It probably owes me about $3,500, and it can fit 18 people. The guy I bought it off had 26 people on it.
Fuck.
Just a party
Oh,
thing.
yeah.
It's awesome.
Yeah. It's a cool thing.
We were at Mungo.
Yeah.
And you've obviously posted the photo over Christmas and we're like, fuck, that is a buy and a half. I
Yeah,
wish
yeah.
we'd seen that.
Yeah. It's incredible. But yeah, so the wheels, it has no trailer. The wheels fold up into it. So
Yeah, right.
you detach it from putting it in is pretty easy. You just wheel almost your tow ball into the water and then unhook it.
Yep.
And then you just reverse off and then off you go. And then you open up one of the seats and you can pull the wheels up, pull a pin out, pull the wheels up, put the pin back in and it'll lock it in.
Oh, yeah.
But I get about 10 mile an hour out of it, and I put the wheels up. There's no difference, so I just leave the
Yeah,
wheels down. And when
100%.
you can drive up to a beach and trim the engine up and pretty much drive
yeah.
up on the sand, and then when
Yeah.
you're ready, you just
Yeah.
reverse
There's no
back down.
worry about getting beached.
Yeah,
She's on wheels.
Yeah, you could put it in on your own, but pulling it out's a bit harder, especially with tides on the river, because you got to have the tow ball almost in the water.
Yeah. And driving up
Drive
to
up.
it.
You need someone there to go bang, latch it on.
Yeah,
and then
yeah.
if the boat has pivoted at all, you can just drive it back
Pull it
around
straight,
straight,
yeah.
Yeah.
and then get out. But you couldn't do it on your own.
Yeah, right. That's a bit shit, but yeah.
Yeah.
You work it out.
Yeah, it's cool, but
Yeah, that'd be mad.
it's cool.
Cheap as for a pontoon boat.
Fucking
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it is a good party boat.
yeah. And then Sunday I went down to the Vintage Veteran event, had a look.
Great event, wasn't it?
Great event. I was only there for a short time in the afternoon, but everyone was saying that on Saturday it was the most packed and busy that they'd seen Wiseman's ski park in years, even more than the ski racing.
Do you reckon it was busier than a ski race event?
Yep. Darren went down there Saturday and said it was packed. The car park was full.
Yeah, you couldn't park. I found a spot. I was just lucky. Like it was packed, man.
Yeah. I was a big fan of that course.
It was nice.
Yeah. We've got AFPGPs meant to be having our first round there in September, October. And there's a lot of room there for more than just a hot dog. We could do triangles or chuck
Yeah,
a
that's
right-hander
awesome.
in there and stuff.
yeah, because you're not going back to Black Macquarie because they Kangas.
Yeah, well, I'd like to say weekend there. It was a bit of a shit venue. The salt's really aggressive there too.
Rathmines is fast water.
Rathmines is a bit of a pain in the ass for
Yeah.
fucking seeing.
It's for shit for spectators. It's good everything else, but yeah, shit for spectators.
Yeah. Yeah, it is fast water there. Far out it is.
I'm sure Reece Coles would have had a bit of a happy smile when he found out that he was going to be, when he organised to have a race meeting like 5 minutes from his house, wouldn't he? He would have been pretty happy.
Yeah, probably just drive the boat from his house.
Yeah. Yeah, so that should be good. It was well done to Vintage and Veterans because that's their first kind of on-water racing
Major event.
thing.
Separate from APPA, yeah.
Like a race meeting, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they've had heaps of events.
Yeah, but this was like their first proper separate
Yep.
racing event and it went, I think it went perfect.
Yeah, that's awesome.
They had Kevin Galley as the officer of the day.
Yeah.
Mate, just looked like he'd stepped out of the tower last weekend.
Yeah,
Like
right.
He knew exactly what he was doing.
Had his white shirt on?
No, you had a orange shirt on.
Oh, yeah.
Yep. No,
Thought
he
Mighty
was-
had his white collar shirt on.
No, that probably would have been from back in the full club days. I don't know, being a vintage veteran event. I don't know whether they'd run the
Yeah.
white shirts or not.
Yeah, I don't know.
But yeah, no, it was a good show.
If
I liked
that's our first one, I'd like to see what they're doing in 2-3 years time. Be
Yeah,
good.
that's right. Yeah, no, and having Rage, Moody Blues, and Down and Out running on the water, that looked fucking awesome.
Yeah.
And those videos, I think Tony put a video up of Rage doing laps
Yeah.
in front of Moody Blues, and just seeing that shit out on the water again. I know we've seen it up at Foster, but like it felt like more of a race meeting,
Yeah, yeah.
and it was awesome. Loved it. You see the photos of Wayne Jones. Is it Wayne Jones that drove the Rage boat? See the photos of him in the driver's seat. Mate, 70 years old, still chucking his race suit on.
Why wouldn't you?
Big smile on his face. Mate, I was, very, very good to see. Great race meeting. Well done, boys. We will jump on to a little bit of sport if you guys are happy with that.
Fucking meow.
This week we've had a bit of disappointing news that the Double Dash has been cancelled. Well, maybe not cancelled.
well,
Is it disappointing?
Well, yeah, it's disappointing for sure. It is.
To me, it's not.
Shut the fuck up. It's, yeah. I
you
just,
can't run up the river any other day of the week.
not legally 4 boats wide.
Well,
Yeah.
as long as you stick to your half of the river.
It was cancelled that many times with COVID floods
Yeah.
and all that, and then they got 2 in a row. Last year was the most entries that they've had, and it was drawing everyone in. These people that have waited for this and built their boats, and to have it cancelled a month out just doesn't make sense. There's obviously
With no, can you help post? Just we're cancelling it.
yeah. Had they have specifically black and white reached out a little bit earlier, we need this, otherwise this won't happen. Things could have been different. I was obviously very vocal about it, and I've had a lot of people saying, I want to get involved, but I don't know how. And I know they've posted and said, we need to fill the spots they couldn't fill after AGM or something like that. But it's people scroll past that unless specifically you got jobs lined out, which, of what each job is.
Yeah,
and
well,
what-
someone might not want to step up for the whole year in
Yeah, but it's
an
help.
actual position, but they'll help out for the weekend if
Yeah,
they
just
can.
help sitting on the corner watching boats go past. Heaps of people want to do that.
Yeah. And
But usually they have a shout out saying we
Months
need
in
help,
advance.
like fair bit in advance. I was surprised when it turned from it was happening and I hadn't heard any problems, and then all of a sudden it's not happening.
Oh, yeah, I did speak to them, and they don't have a vice. They don't have a vice commodore and a rear commodore. One is one's apparently that looks after the event, and the other one looks after the racing, which are obviously very, very vital roles. And I don't you got to understand that they do need to have specific people. Like you can't just grab anyone that doesn't kind of know.
Yeah, well, usually what happens is, there's like a tier system inside the thing, and people sort of start moving up the ladder, and they get to the top, and then they sort of just leave, and the next people come up. So people that have been in the club just as a director or whatnot, they've been in there just not really doing all that much, just sort of learning, I guess. And then when someone decides to leave a position, then someone can usually step up in that. But it's not really something that you can just ring someone up and go, "Oh, do you want to come do this?"
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, so I actually didn't know that they didn't have a vice or a rear commodore.
Yeah, they put a post
Yeah,
up
they
about
put a
that
post
ages
up,
ago.
yeah, last year when they
had
did
the
the AGM.
I seen that post, but yeah.
There was nothing ever after it. But either.
No, I just assumed that they all got filled
Yeah.
eventually.
Well,
I don't know how you really operate without
Yeah,
people in those positions.
What's the way forward? What are we doing? What are they doing to fill those positions or something like that? Because if no one can step in for the double dash just to help with the double dash, well then what's happening in September for the
Specky?
The Specky, are they just going to fill that role then, or why can't those people step in for the double dash only, or
Yeah, well, yeah. I can't really remember when the AGM is. Whether it's before
gotta
September
be
or after September.
Well, you'd think it'd be before, wouldn't it? Before the season starts.
Well, it could be at any time. It's just a club, so you can have it at any time. But yeah, I can't actually remember. I've been to a few AGMs there, but I can't remember
I always thought
whether
it was
they're before or
August,
after the
but
season. But if it is before the season, will they have another chance to fill them? But how they run for a whole season without those positions filled is beyond me.
Yeah. Well, I think
So
that's
they
just
can't, if they don't fill them, but they run a whole year, well, they can essentially go and do the same thing again.
I don't see why they need so many, because they're very top heavy. Probably poor choice of words, but top heavy for say a smaller club, which may not run as many race meetings, but can still run off limited amount of people.
Yeah.
So they posted in on the 2nd of December last year with the vacant positions for the
Yeah, so
AGM, and it had just happened. So.
Yeah, so their AGM might have been in November.
Mm. But
Or no, they postponed one too.
An
I
AGM.
think. Yeah,
Yeah, I don't know.
because they didn't even have enough to run the AGM, I think.
Yeah.
It's-
Yeah, well, you'd have to see the constitution of the club. They might not even be able to run like that,
I
like
think-
constitutionally.
I think that was I'm probably wrong, but I think that was the problem the first time. And then I think a few other people stepped up and took other positions
Yeah, right.
at the next one, so they could run the year.
Yeah. Yeah, well, I know if you don't have the right quorum of people at the meeting, you can't even have a meeting. So
Yeah.
that's the first step. And then if you don't fill positions, there's certain positions that have to be filled, otherwise you're
Yeah.
operating unconstitutionally.
Yeah.
And then you can get into all sorts of drama. So maybe that might be why they want to cancel the double dash, because they actually need people in those positions before they can actually run.
Well, they've been running race meetings anyway.
Yeah, you probably get away with that. No one carrying on
yeah.
an event with 100 boats or something.
Which is
Bit different.
understandable, but say that. Don't say we don't have the personnel and there's some bombs happening in Iran, so we can't run.
Yeah.
Don't do that.
Price of fuel.
Yeah, someone bombed Iran. We can't run.
Yeah, but it's just alarming because it is our local club for us,
Yeah,
and they do hold the majority of the races on the Hawkesbury. And if that's happening, and you can see that going south, I think that's why everyone reacted
Yeah.
how they did.
it'll come back good one day.
Hayden,
Yeah.
Very quiet over there.
Yeah, I'm being diplomatic.
He's taking it all in.
Fucking suck.
Oh,
what a suckhole.
Have you got any advice, Hayden?
No, I don't have advice.
Wasn't you the fucking rear Commodore?
I was a rear commodore of the club.
Oh, so it's
and
your fault. You said, fuck this, I'm not doing
I
it no
was I was stepped down from my position when the blown boat turned up, because as conversations happen that the blown boat will take a lot of time away from you.
Stop taking anything away from you now. You give it away to someone else.
Yeah, I told it to go away.
So you can step back in the position.
Yeah, I don't want to now.
more. Been there, done that.
Oh, look, I probably could do that, but I don't have as much interest in there anymore. And I've still got an interest in the club, but I don't have an interest in stepping into the flag officers or the director's position.
Helping on a day.
Not at the moment.
While that's it's probably the biggest and best club in the country. And I'd say most people would probably tell you that. Even people from other clubs or other promoters and stuff would tell you that is the best club in the country, and we need it to be running successfully
Yeah.
for the sport to be
And
successful.
New South Wales would fall over realistically.
Yeah. Also for the Hawkesbury, because that new the new building's just been approved or going ahead.
I think they'd get used regardless if the boat club was there or not. There's
Yeah.
that many events down there. It's not funny.
The
The
thing is,
wakeboarding
what,
happens all the time.
Yeah.
And they'd utilise it.
I think everyone's responses weren't, they wasn't intended as "fuck you, you haven't done good enough." It's intended as what can we do, because this shouldn't be happening.
Yeah. Ask for help before you just cancel
and,
something.
And now we know we don't have the. I've messaged a lot of people. A lot of people messaged me and said, "How do I get involved?" And I've passed them on.
there probably is a
Hopefully they
fair
follow
bit of
through.
your first response going on as well,
Yeah.
which is part of the reason why it is like
Yeah.
it is.
Well, because some people have even booked.
And what needs to be
non-refundable.
realised is that, like I said, even though they are probably the biggest and best club here, there are other clubs around the country where we can all go race our boats. So if Windsor doesn't race, it doesn't suit us very well because it's 5 minutes from home, but there's still heaps of other
Doesn't
clubs
worry
where we can go
everyone else.
racing our boats.
Yeah. Yeah. I think that double dash format has got so much good greatness to it.
Yeah, it did when they first started it. I was part of the club when it first got started, and I was scrutineering. Me and Dylan were scrutineering, and I was like, holy fuck, there's some boats here.
Yeah. Because it's easy and it gets people involved, and there's a few people that have done that, and then now they've got blown boats, 6 litres, tunnel boats and stuff
Yeah,
like that.
Yeah.
Like that's a good segue. That you don't have to go and buy
Yeah, you just run what you brung.
yeah, you don't have to buy a wing boat and work your way up through
Yeah.
it. Like
Yeah.
you can do that. Yeah. Now that's something that ski racing struggled with a lot. We didn't know how to get people involved without having to spend thousands and thousands of dollars, because you're
Yeah.
not competitive with like a 200 horsepower.
Yeah,
bullet.
yeah.
But
Yeah.
then there's a class for it, and then the bullet 200 horsepower people flood the double dash.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah, it definitely makes a lot of money. Like it'd be last resort scrimping and scraping to go, right, we can't do this.
Yeah.
Not just, I'm not going to ask for help. We're just going to can it. Like the amount of money that'd bring in would be
Yeah.
ridiculous. Like you're
I
looking at
think it
what,
takes a lot of
150
effort.
entries or more?
I think it takes a lot of effort to make that money too. And if they don't have the
100%.
people
But
there,
that money supports you for the year to get you into the specky as well.
yeah, the double dash sort of boosts them up a little bit to get to the specky, and then specky just gives them that large amount of money to run to the rest of the year.
Yeah, if you go even further down the line, it's good for the businesses, the hotels, and
Yeah, this is a town's
everything.
fucking packed.
Yep.
It's a shame the fucking local council don't recognise that though.
Yep. Good point.
Yeah.
Yeah,
They
the
don't
local council
recognise that.
couldn't
They
give a shit about
they
boat
actually
racing.
charge you to have an event there instead of helping you and funding you.
Yeah. I think
It's one of the only clubs in the country that happens to.
I think we did get a kickback from the council with ski racing maybe once or twice for a Hawkesbury 120. I could be wrong. But I think it was about $5,000. But there is a process where you have to register by a certain date, get
Yeah.
approved, and so forth.
Yeah.
Yeah. Don't worry about the couple of mil it's bringing in.
That'll depend on who the
Revenue.
councillor is too.
Well, we've got a ski racer or ski race fan. Did Les used to race in ski racing or circuit racing?
There's Sheetha.
Sheetha.
I'm not too sure. I'm not
I
that
know
old.
you-
I'm not that old.
I know he'd been involved in ski racing for a very long time.
Yeah, the Sheetha name does get floated around in both sports, I think.
Yeah, so he's the mayor, and you would have thought that he would have had a fairly hefty weight on the scale, but doesn't seem
I don't
to
know.
do
Yeah, I'm only
anything.
assuming. I'm only assuming as well, but he might be finding out the same stuff that at the same time as we do if nothing's given to him earlier.
At the end of the day, there's only X amount of funding to go around, and if other people have got him before you, well,
Yeah.
fuck you, you miss out.
Yeah, and you need to be able to produce evidence, data, numbers. Like
Yeah.
the Hawkesbury,
Yeah.
the Windsor Spectacular is obviously a no-brainer. If you keep building other things like the double dash, then you'd be more inclined to get more money
Yeah.
or anything.
Yeah, I don't know. But on that note, we can move a little bit further and talk about something else that's come up through the week. Was the river has had a speed limit put on it, fairly substantial speed limit actually.
Yeah, I got told about that last week, but I didn't do any research or know much about it.
Yeah, that was floated around the ski racing emails last year before it went public. We were being told what it was going to be.
Because they capped the ski speed to 60.
Yeah,
That was late last
They
year,
cap the
wasn't it?
boats now too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's not what you're talking. Yeah, no, they capped the boats at 70 and they capped the skiing at 60.
Good luck.
Yeah, just recently they've
Catch
capped
me if you
boats
can.
at 70 70 miles an hour.
Really? I did not know that.
Yeah.
I thought you were
Well,
talking about the scheme.
like I said, I haven't done research into it, but that's what I got told. Yeah.
New South Wales waters.
New South Wales
It's
waters.
shit
Yeah.
because you know the New South Wales waters as well is the Murray.
Yeah.
But it's just really surprising that the RMS is going to do that. Like, how are they going to have like radar guns on the water now?
I probably will.
Probably.
100%. There's a heaps more coppers these days on the water. It's ridiculous. There's more coppers on waterways.
Coppers are on the water, not just waterways.
There wouldn't be
more
there wouldn't be
coppers than
too many
waterways.
boats besides like
Down here,
you know
there'd be the
us
only-
race
yeah.
boats wanted to test. There wouldn't be too many boats that are going to do over 70 anyway. Like I mean they can, but not many people are fanging them at 70 just because they fucking want to.
And look,
Or am I missing the mark there?
I don't know. I've always
I mean,
sort of seen,
I gather there's going to be a couple, but 70's pretty fucking quick. Like you see some pretty quick boats go past, and if they're doing fucking 60, they still look fucking quick.
Well,
70s
there's
are
a couple
pretty-
of Yamaha jet skis that do that.
Well, they're all capped at 120 Ks.
Jet skis.
Jet skis are capped. If you modify your jet ski, it's illegal.
I don't even like jet skis.
Until you're on one.
They are
Nah,
fun.
they
go.
are good fun. You like motorbikes, and
Yes.
you can't tell me you
Yeah,
don't
but you
like a
know
jet
what?
ski.
I like the motorbike because I can ride with 5 of me mates. So if I have a jet ski, that means 5 of me mates have got to have it. Also, I like riding through the bush and dodging trees and shit. You can't really do that up the river unless you're dodging boats, and then you get fucking in trouble for it.
As long as you're dodging them within 60 metres.
Yeah, that's not really dodging them, is it? If you're dodging fucking trees on your bike at 60 metres, it's not much fun.
No.
There's a lot more jumps on the river
Or you
than
go
there are
out
on
to
the
the
road.
beach. You go to the beach and fucking jump it.
I've just done a quick search and I can't find actually a speed limit for just boats.
Well, I was just about to say it's a good point that I didn't know about it, and next week I'm doing over that speed on Easter weekend. Like, how am I to know? How's anyone to know?
Yeah.
When you get fined, you should just know.
I always
Should've looked
actually
that shit
thought
up.
before they put that ski racing rule, the skiing rule in, I actually thought that it was always 60. It's actually 60 knots, but 60 knots and miles an hour is the same thing.
70 miles an hour, isn't it? Yeah.
No, 60. 60 mile an hour you can tow a skier at.
No, but is 60 knots?
60 is 60 knots by like point
Yeah,
zeros.
pretty close. Okay.
Yeah, it's fuck all. Yeah, but I just Googled it. There's
Can't find nothing.
No.
Yeah.
Maybe it needs a bit of research.
Yeah.
Look, in
Someone
saying
may
that,
know.
like,
Ring your waterways, mate, Hayden.
I could. Not now.
Well, you could.
Don't know if he'd answer. He wasn't my mate anyway. He knocked me off.
But you've got his phone number.
I do have his phone number.
You must be mates.
Oh, yeah, the best friends.
He just want him to answer and go, who? Hayden who?
That dickhead with the red boat or the orange boat. Yeah, so I do see the fast boats going up the river, and I think, fuck, if there's a couple of kids in a tinny or something like that, don't know what they're doing, cut that corner. They're going pretty quick. They're not going to be able to.
It's
I know
natural
natural selection. I know.
Fucking oath.
I know.
Fuck.
Like just today, there was a dude, I was working with a dude, and he goes, oh, these kids got, teenagers got killed.
On the e-bikes, yeah.
Yeah. I was like, oh, well, natural selection there. Don't be a fucking dumb cunt and run into a bus in the middle of a road.
Yeah, we've got too many laws. We don't need that. It's like, put the more laws on the road, all you want, but leave the fucking river alone.
Take the fucking caution stickers off everything.
Yeah.
Well, it comes all the way back to kids with fucking trampolines.
Yeah.
Like when we were kids, you had a trampoline that was just a fucking mat and some fucking springs that bit if you fucking got into them.
Yep.
And
These days, the springs are all covered. There's nets on the side.
They don't
Kids
even have springs.
Kids
some
don't
of them.
learn how to fucking fall off. So they have no judgment of like problem solving.
Yeah, no pain threshold, so they keep crying their way through their 30s.
Well, they have no idea how to problem solve.
Yeah.
They don't think, oh, if I bounce too close to the edge here, I could get flung off.
This is when kids learn consequences, I guess.
Yeah. They don't learn that now. And then they grow up into idiots like us.
Yeah. Anyway, we'll do a little bit of supercars. You guys would have enjoyed the Newcastle Street Track when it was running for the supercars. Through the week, it's gotten its last nail in the coffin. She's done.
Is it?
Yeah, they thought they had a bit of.
I thought they were getting some headway.
Yeah, I thought that there was a lot of talk of them getting some happiness back up there, and they had a meeting. The council had a meeting a couple of days ago, and it's done. So council's not behind it at all. So Supercars has sort of told them to stick it up their ass, and they've now got Wollongong chasing them at the moment, or not really chasing them. They're chasing Wollongong, and Wollongong seems pretty keen on it.
That have you seen that Black Rock track at the back of Lake Macquarie?
Nope.
It's a whole new thing.
They've just built it.
Just built it. It's all pretty close. It's got,
Oh, this is the private racetrack in the bush?
yeah,
That'd be sick, eh?
it's a full spec V8 supercar track.
I don't understand why that's not being spoken about.
And old mate goes, I would never ever deal with supercars because they're a bunch of fuckwits.
Copy. So that's what he...
Yeah.
Would he be interested in running the double dash?
Yeah.
Oh, I've got some cool news that I can't quite let fully out of the bag yet. But there's a new jet sprint boat track that's getting built local to here.
Local.
Oh, yeah.
That's all. That's all I'm going to say.
Can you tell us what suburb?
No,
No.
it's a lot closer to here than any other one.
I don't think
So
there is
can you
one in
give me
New
a-
South Wales.
Can you give me a
There,
kilometre?
well, there was one at Griffith. I don't know whether that's shut now or not.
Yeah, Griffith and Tamora both have one.
Can you give me
But
a
yeah,
kilometre
well,
radius?
this one's a lot closer than them
100.
two.
Fuck off.
between Newcastle and Campbelltown.
You're going too far now.
That's fine. No, well, it's just local to here. I'll tell when I know I can say more. I will say more.
I hate that.
There's probably someone listening that does know what I'm fucking talking
Message me.
about. No, I don't let cats out of bags.
Not you. Whoever knows, let me know. I don't know. That's good.
But you got to buy a
That's-
gent sprint boat.
I think it's got to be all.
Fuck, no.
There's a few council things that are going to be ticked and signed off yet.
It'd
so-
be mad to watch, though.
Yeah, I wouldn't buy. I've got an outboard and I'm fucking over it. I always used to, like, I remember when I first met Hayden and he had time off rate and I thought, like, come on, like, get into
Have a
it.
go,
and then
yeah.
now, like, I'm fucking.
Fuck the boat.
Fuck this thing. I left it for 2 months, didn't want to touch it. And then I went out the other night, flicked the fuel pump on, the fuel pump fucked. I'm like,
It's because you left it sit too long.
It's just because it's an outboard.
I'm not, nah.
Gay.
I'll buy a jet boat then.
Put a mechanical pump on.
How do you actually reckon a tunnel boat would go on a jet boat course? It'd be pretty
Find out.
wild.
Find out.
Nah. It'd cost me more money.
You'll have to run 2 jets because you have to put one in each sponsor.
Yeah. It'd be pretty wild.
Should be wild. Fuck it. You wouldn't turn the corner. No way.
Yeah, not all of them. You could get some sort
You
of.
get a couple, but yeah.
I think
But
it'd be
if you
better
have
for-
two engines.
Yeah,
and
that's what
fucking
I'm. Well,
round,
there's
right?
two jet units.
Straight up the back, just fucking joystick in it like a zero turn.
Yeah, sit where your normal power out'd go. Sit there in your fucking
Yeah.
armchair with your fucking like a
Like a
what
jet-
are those? No, the airboats.
Airboats, yeah.
Fuck, you come unstuck when you come unstuck.
Don't strap yourself in, just get thrown.
Yeah,
Oh, you ended up in the car park.
They do.
Yeah, true.
in the boat, not just the people.
Yeah. Anyway, you guys see any NASCAR?
No, I didn't.
No reception where I was.
SVG ended up finishing 14th. He started in 33rd, which was fucking nowhere. Ended up staying on the lead lap for the first stage. Through the pit stops, the crew fucking sorted it out a little bit. Like it was still a bit of a pig, but he ended up making his way up to the top 5 sort of in the last stage. And then, finishing 14th was a bit of a nowhere, but look, it's still another oval. But have you ever heard of the Darlington Stripe?
No.
So it's over on that racetrack, the Darlington racetrack. They call it the Stripe, where you've got to be fast. You've actually got to rub the door along the side of the track, along the wall.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And
Is that where old mate did the fucking
No, it wasn't
Nintendo
that
thing?
one. No, that was
That was late. Wait, it was well late in the year, wasn't it, that one?
yeah, but that was actually SVG's teammate Ross Chastain.
Oh, was it?
Yeah. So
I'm not
That was-
listening until I
that was
see
a little bit
finish
more of
line
a-
or guard.
that was a little bit more of a God stripe, not fucking Darlington stripe. He tore the arse out of the thing. But Darlington stripes when you're going that fast, you just touch the wall, but it doesn't slow down. Like that's the
right.
fastest line is right along that wall there. So, yeah. What do you got for MotoGP? A little bit of shit went on.
Well, lots of shit went on. So they haven't raced in Brazil for a while, and obviously they thought they had the track prep built up. They literally finished laying the grass there like the day before. They were actually hosing the fucking dirt and shit off the track like the day before.
Yeah, right.
And then obviously they have, practice and qualifying or whatever. There's a few crashes, a few people drop bikes in the practice and whatever.
So does that mean before the practice session they actually cut the ribbon? Like that means it was that fresh?
I don't think so.
They had bikes on there before.
I'm not. Yeah, well, we had raced there. Well, the MotoGP had raced there, but I don't know, 17 years ago, 20 years ago, something like that. But yeah, they just before the sprint race started. The sprint race actually got delayed by about an hour and 20 minutes, which suited me because it was on at 5 a.m. here. So I got up and went, oh, it's delayed for an hour. So I was like, oh, snooze back off, wake up another hour. And because there was a sinkhole in the fucking track.
Yeah.
Oh,
It wasn't really on the racing line, but obviously you can't afford to someone go a little bit off the racing line then into a big fucking sinkhole. So they repaired it, and obviously they raced to get on it an hour later.
That's
or they
quick.
were probably repairing it. Sorry, that's probably not accurate because they just delayed the start an hour, so they were probably repairing it
Overnight
and
or
then-
through the day sort of thing.
Yeah,
And
and
they
then
needed time to fix it.
they
for it to
just
finish.
delayed the start for the hour. But
Fucking asphalt takes a long time to cool, so you can drive on it.
No, that's not
no,
asphalt.
it'd be
That
some layered
bitumen
shit.
yeah.
Yeah, they literally chopped a whole square out of the fucking thing and put it back in there.
Yeah, right.
The same shit they used to fix the Eastern Creek track.
Oh, it's a mixed up
midday.
shit. Yeah.
Yeah, it's the shit underneath. Like
Yeah.
the dirt just fucking moves with moisture content and just
Yeah.
falls in. But yeah, so they delayed the sprint race, so I ended up watching that. It was not as exciting as I was kind of hoping. I mean, it was all right. It was a bit of a good race up the front between the two guys. DG Antonio and Marquez, they had a pretty good race. Marquez ended up getting him in the end. He finished first. Jorge Martin, like 2 years ago, world champion, he's finally made it back to the podium on his Aprilia that he didn't get to ride at all last year because he was busted in hospital and couldn't feed himself and shit from a pre-season crash. So, yeah, they were your top three. And then I haven't seen the actual the GP yet. By the time you listen to this, you're probably wondering fucking why, but this is a Tuesday when I'm speaking. And but there must have been issues with that as well because the race distance got shortened. So the Moto 3s did more laps than the GP bikes.
Yeah,
I don't actually know why it got shortened, whether it was track issues. I'm going to assume it was probably more track issues going on. But yeah, that's pretty average to have run a
100%.
thing there and the track's just falling apart.
Yeah.
And, maybe they should have, if they kind of knew that, they probably should have shortened up the Moto 2 or Moto 3 races
And bring the GP into
and let the GPs do the full track. But
You'd assume they'd know that sort of thing coming into it.
well, yeah. Well, like I said, they were just finishing it off like fucking days before.
Yeah.
There's videos of them literally hosing the fucking bitumen to get the dirt. Like, if you watched when I was watching the sprint race, I didn't know that they'd only just finished it until like afterwards. But when I was watching the sprint race, I was like, fuck, that grass is only just laid. Like, how you can see the lines in it.
Yeah.
And then, I seen afterwards that, it's only just been fucking done. I was like, fucking hell.
At least it'd be nice and soft when you fell off in it.
Just get wrapped up
Just
in
get
it.
wrapped and be like, oh, that's a nice cushion.
I don't think it quite works like that, but yeah. Anyway, Bez won again. Marquez, I don't know what happened, but he's finished in fourth. And Martin finished second. So the two factory Aprilias have finished 1 and 2. So
Yeah, right.
they're killing it.
Yep.
Which means Bezecchi's taken the championship lead off Pedro Acosta, but he's also dropped down to third, and Martin's in second. So
Get shit go then.
yeah, Marquez is down in fifth. So we'll see.
Fuck, the bike's obviously shit.
We'll see how we're going next week. Well, not next week. Next time, I should say. We're in USA.
Do they have to cancel any rounds? They don't go over
No, they don't.
Is it F1's off for a month now?
Yeah, that's pretty rough, isn't it?
Yeah, 2 rounds.
They should have run more in Australia.
I think they go to America next.
They could have come to South Australia.
Is it Miami?
Yeah, Miami's the
think
next
so,
one.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. I think they do 3 rounds in America.
Yeah. Miami, Vegas.
Somewhere else.
Yeah, so that does it. MotoGP don't go to Qatar till like the end of the year.
Yeah, right. Qatar's all right, isn't it?
Oh, it's
Couple bombs there.
It's similar spot.
Close enough. Might be over by then, but I doubt it.
Yeah, well, they're in USA next, so
Yep.
yes, that's actually is this weekend as you're listening.
Nice.
Yeah. Well, did you hear that Malinauskas, the bloody SA Premier, was throwing a heap of weight around trying to get F1 down to Adelaide when the
Yeah, when the
in
GP
next-
was on, yeah.
No, when
When it got cancelled,
when the two Middle East rounds got
so
canned.
we'll run them in Australia.
Yeah, that was why the GP was here still.
Yeah,
Yeah.
So yeah, no good.
I got
Shit show.
another little
Bit
bit
late
of
notice.
sport news.
Go
Did you
for it.
just didn't happen to go to Paradise when Alex Johnston
Nah.
was there?
I heard.
Yeah,
about it.
I only seen that late. Well, I wasn't here,
Yeah,
but I
that's
seen that
fucking
late.
pretty
yeah.
cool.
Yeah, Sean Kepi, he's got a
Yeah.
beach across from Ponderosa there.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Nathan Highmarsh's got a van around there somewhere too.
Yeah. They're somewhere, and I think they're further to Wiseau's.
Yeah,
Reece Simmons, he used to play for the Dragons, if you're going
yeah.
back in the old stuff. Yep.
yeah. Yeah, I seen Nathan Highmarsh drive his Dodge Ram around there once when it
Yeah.
was flooded.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they did a couple of films. Oh, that's where they got Matty Johns to,
Yeah,
What was that segment?
back the boat.
Back the boat.
Yeah,
Yeah.
make Matty a man.
yeah, just doing something else around there too, mowing the lawn or doing something.
I think that
stupid.
was actually at Hindy's house,
Oh, is it?
mowing the lawn. Yeah,
Mowing the lawn was, yeah, right.
yeah.
Yeah.
Hindy's got a mini
They'll
farm.
definitely
at
be getting,
Kenhurst,
yeah,
I
that's
think
all.
it is.
They're getting him to back it into the shed.
Yeah. Nah, he pulled it out of the shed.
I pulled it out, was it?
Yeah, he pulled it out of the shed and then backed it down the ramp.
He was fucking up pulling it out of the shed, I think.
Have you seen the one where he was driving a manual?
Yeah, that
Yeah,
was
the-
like in a casino somewhere in the city.
Yeah, that's fucking pretty funny. In the end, he has got no idea to drive a manual. In the end, he's just
fucking
dumping the clutch and just doing little chirpies off every fucking intersection so I didn't stall and shit.
It's not what you expect.
Nah,
Not from, you'd say country, like Cessnock way.
yeah.
Everyone knows how to drive.
You seen the Vegas videos and Gordon Tallis wouldn't get on that little roller coaster thing?
No.
He wouldn't get. It's a roller coaster over the top
Off
of
the top,
a
yeah,
tower,
yeah.
and it just goes
Oh,
down.
that was
and
the
then-
stratosphere. Yeah.
yeah, the man who's like the angriest, baddest person
yeah.
we used to watch as children on footy couldn't get on a roller coaster.
Yeah.
Some people are just that scared of heights.
Yeah. Maddie actually was spewing in that video.
Yeah,
Growing
right.
up, yeah.
I went on one of them rides up on top of that building. I can't remember which one it was.
Just the roller coaster run. Isn't there a roller coaster that runs around it and goes off to the edge and comes back on? And
Nah, or not so when I was there. There wasn't. I think there was like three. There was one that was like a claw that hung off the side and spun around and shit, did all that. And then there was another one. It was like, it wasn't a full roller coaster, but it was like a roller coaster seat, but like a longer one, a bit like a train, I guess it sort of looked like. And it swung out over the edge and it tilted, so it'd pick you up. So you'd go all the way to back. Then it'd just like tilt down and you'd go like shooting down. There's no end to it, so the track would just stop. So I'd have to brake to stop you going off the end. Like you didn't run into a wall or nothing like that. You literally just, if you was in the front, you're looking at the fucking earth, and then it just stops, and then it fucking picks you back up and gives you another fucking go again. I can't remember if I went on that one or the claw one though.
yeah, right.
That was a long time ago.
Roller coaster, the fucking bomb.
I love fucking roller coasters.
I can't go on them. I get motion sickness on Ferris wheels. I'm that bad.
Yeah.
I'm not scared at all. I can't.
So I'm pretty scared of heights, but if I'm moving, I'm okay. So like a roller coaster that's going fucking bullshit in the sky
Yes, you're not
doesn't
looking at
bother
the
me a
ground.
fuck. But a Ferris wheel, you stop me at the top, I'm fucking peeking. I'm like, don't fucking move, don't rock the cage, don't fucking do nothing, just sit still.
I lose my gut. And then that's it. I'm
Yeah,
sick.
right.
Yeah, right.
No wonder
I
you're
lose
fucked in
this.
Bali.
Yeah. And then I'm just coming good now.
I love roller coasters. It's always fucking no hands and sticking your feet out the side and shit.
Like a real kid.
Oh, I remember.
I've unbuckled myself and everything.
I was going to say,
Fuck off.
where were we?
It was Australia's Wonderland before it shut.
Before it's fucking
In the-
hanging out of that. Like
There was a
nothing
pirate,
else.
the pirate ship, you know, it goes fucking swims and
upside
then goes
down.
all the way around. Well, I
No, you undid your
I-
seatbelt? Oh, no, you fucked the Rams.
so it's got, you got a little lap belt that you put on, and it's got the thing that comes over your shoulders to lock you in. Well, I sort of wedged me, like I was pretty young, so I couldn't have been that strong. They must have been just shit anyways. and I wedged my elbow against the seat and held the fucking thing in so it didn't like compress me in. So I had room to move.
Why?
Oh, just cause. And when we were full upside down in the pirate ship, I could swing my legs outside and my arms outside and just literally just lay there and let the lap belt fucking hang on to me while my legs are out the side.
Right.
That was fucking wild.
We kept
would've
running
been-
around going back on that and shit.
We would have been. Fuck, when did that shut down? Long time ago.
Yeah,
Yeah.
about 97 or something.
Maybe a little.
Nah, we've been after that.
I think it was 1999.
99.
Yeah, it would have been
Yeah.
2000-ish.
99, 2000.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. Yeah, well, it was about then. It was closing down.
Yeah. And we were like, there was next to no one left at the end and we just kept doing circles.
Yeah, we had about 6 goes on the pirate ship because it must have been on the way out.
Yeah.
And we just went on it as a quick last thing. But then when we got off, there was no one there, so we went straight back on it again.
The Wonderland sign's actually at Londonderry.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, that scrap yard thing.
Yeah.
If you're driving from Bly Park Macca's up to
up Northern
Ring,
Road.
Yeah.
and there's the,
Oh, yeah,
on
yeah,
the
that
left.
one. On
Yeah,
the,
it's up-
near the
up-
driftway.
Yeah, you can't get to it. It's behind a fence up the back.
Yeah, right.
Oh, he's actually got it fenced off.
2004 it shut down.
Oh shit!
Bit of what? Bit ago.
Yeah, right. That's a lot fucking
Yeah.
further on than I thought.
Forgot how old you are.
Yeah, well.
I reckon we would have been at school when we went there.
Yeah, I would have been at school.
Yeah. So it mustn't have been when it shut down. There was just no one there.
Mm. I thought it must have had wind of it shutting down because that's why we went, I'm pretty sure. Anyway,
Yeah.
fun
Hey,
times.
we were that old.
I can remember the old, I think it was like the Bush Beast. It was the roller
Yeah, that was
coaster
a
built out
ratty
of
old
timber.
fucking thing, yeah.
That
Fucking
thing is
flexed
sick.
and moved
I
around.
loved the Bush
Fuck.
Beast. The Beast was all right. Like, it was good, but the Bush Beast just,
Yeah.
it was another level. It
I
was so
love
good.
all those things. Like I'm always trying to not hang on and not be strapped in as least as possible and fucking idiots. The only rides I can't go on are the fucking Gravitron things.
Yeah,
Oh,
that.
I've always loved the
fuck me.
Gravitron.
No,
I was nearly
I'll spew every
hospitalised
time.
at the one at Luna Park.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
I'd be done. I'd have to go to hospital. I'd be fucked.
Yeah.
I was good like as younger, like the Newcastle show and that.
Yeah.
I always went on it. But now I don't reckon I'd fucking handle it.
The last one, I was still pretty young when it eventually fucked me. But what I did, I was dumb. So, you know, how you get stuck to the walls, obviously. So you can fuck around, you turn yourself
You go
upside down and shit.
yeah.
So I turned myself upside down. So my feet are at the roof, my head's at the floor. But right before we got fast enough that you was kind of stuck there and couldn't move, I sat up. So my legs were up and I'm sitting up. So my head's kind of in the center, like trying to compress my
just
whole
pushed
body.
ya.
And when it eventually fucking finished, I was like, I'm fucked. And I just got out, barely walked down the stairs and then fucking spewed right next to him. I went, that's it. I'm never getting on my limb again.
They should have like a spew bucket next to that thing.
I think they do have bins there.
Just have a open 44 or something like that.
I don't mind a good
Suck
old
truck.
haunted house. at the
Yeah,
show.
they're pretty fun. Yeah.
Walk
Remember
through ones. Walk through ones of the go.
Remember the Mummy?
Yeah.
At
Dreamworld.
Dreamworld.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that was-
that was funny.
yeah,
when that
we'll-
movie first come out.
We were pretty young and that was fucking pretty scary. That was scary as
Remember
fuck.
old mum? The old
Yeah.
man had fucking the Chinese fella.
Yeah, yeah.
He just pushed him forward because he was trying to back out and Dad was hard. He fucking pushed him. Go, mate. You're in front.
The thing was like walls would just open from anywhere and
Yeah.
cunts would jump out of them and fucking.
There'll be something like on a wall and you'll look at it and go, that's a dummy. And then you walk oh, fuck. And then they'll jump out at you.
Yeah, well, this one was fucking even better than that. So
Yeah.
there'd be like a picture and you go, yeah, something's going to come out of that. So you kind of hang to the other side. Then all of a sudden that fucking wall just opens. And you're like, holy fuck. Then you jump back towards the picture and there's someone in there too anyway.
That was fucking awesome, that one.
One got me, because obviously there's lots of exit doors in there in case something goes wrong. I leant on a fucking emergency exit door and the fucking thing opened and I shit myself that someone was fucking coming in behind me. No, it was funny. As we ran out, there's a little fucking Chinese dude still shitting himself when you're in
Yeah.
the foyer. Well, after you come out of the thing, he's still thinking, oh, what's fucking coming to get me? And
Natural selection.
He couldn't get out of there.
Fuck, it was funny. I don't know. I always remember that one.
Yeah, I love a good haunted house.
I can't even work out how the fuck we got onto
Mad tangent.
Yeah, that's what happens when you just talk shit.
Yeah. Jump on a bit of Supercross. Birmingham was on in the 450s. Hunter Lawrence got the whole shot in his race. Led the whole 20-minute race, which was pretty good. Ken Roxon comes second. he started 12th. Like he really shit it on the start, and then Eli Tomac on third. In the 250s, which was the East versus West showdown, our Aussie man Cole Davies, he ended up getting the win. He was racing against Hayden Deegan. Deegan got him in a win, but there was something about his he had a bad start, and then rode from 10th, and then he was 6 seconds behind the leaders, and he got what do you call it? Not disqualified. He got a
Penalty.
1 place position.
Words are still hard, are they, Hayden?
Words are still hard.
Do you think that's harsh or not?
Well, it depends on what the fucking problem was.
He hit it. He hit the fucking thing. It's
Rules are rules.
Yeah, it's simple as. So they've got like markers on the track, like on the corners.
Bollards, yeah.
Yeah. So if you enter it on the outside, you've got to stay on the outside the whole way around. You can't chop and change lanes. Well, at the entry, he's kind of missed the first one and clipped the second one, and then got into the inside lane. So you could tell he was aiming for the inside lane, but he started too wide and he hit the markers beforehand. So
And if you're not supposed to hit the markers,
he's crossed
then,
it. He's crossed
he's
it.
just been
Simple
given
as.
a 1 place penalty.
Yeah.
I think there's just been a bit of bitching because some people have been getting canned and some people haven't, but that's sort of-
inconsistency in motorsport.
that's everything. Everywhere you see, there's inconsistency. So, Cole Davies, Hayden Deegan in second, and Seth Hamaker in third. Next round is round 11 in Detroit, Michigan. So we'll jump to some clear as day.
Clear as day, clear as mud, rule book review.
So we had to use a random number generator this week.
Yeah, we haven't set the dartboard up in the new studio yet. And
Well-
we're still working out where to put
Dunno.
it or what we're going to do because
Bopper doesn't like holes in his walls, I reckon.
there's going to be some holes in the walls if we start throwing them. So we might have to try and mount it on a big board or something, or put it downstairs or
You put it down low on near the floor.
Just drop it.
Hit the carpet.
the whole aim is to watch people throw the dart like a dickhead,
Yeah.
blindfolded and left-handed.
So we'll have to work out a spot for the dartboard, but we did the random number generator. It stopped on number 17, which gets us on to page 55. Did you want to read it out, Mick, or do you want to leave it with me?
I can if I have to.
Keep a bit of consistency there.
So, yeah, we obviously landed on page 55. I sent that to Mikey and he said, do head protection. So, 1002.80, head protection. 1002.81, a minimum of 5 centimetres, 2 inches clearance above driver's head with a recommended 10 centimetre, 4 inches covering at least 50% of the top of the helmet and at least 50% of the side of the helmet with the driver's head in the furthest aft position as an integral part of the reinforced cockpit construction. That's a long one.
I think it's just a little bit complicated because they've got to get the information in there. So
Yeah.
if you actually have a good read of it, the information's there. It's fine. I don't
So
think
there's a little diagram there.
They're talking about tunnel boats.
That's only giving you, well, no, they're just talking about cockpits.
Well, that's, the old style boat, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah. So,
So
like the
you-
old tunnel boat style.
open style
Yeah.
cockpit.
Yeah, which you still can have,
Yes.
but there's obviously rules to that.
Yeah.
Is it still the rule that you can run the open style cockpit in like a unlimited tunnel boat style?
Yeah, I think
As
so.
long as you've got this.
Yeah, as long as you've got
protection.
all these
All
these
this
rules,
information
yeah.
is
Yeah. That's why
lined up.
you couldn't run yours when you crashed it. You had to makeshift your screen, Mitch.
Yeah.
You didn't want to talk about.
That's fine. I forgot. But no, because I'm
Forgot you
laughing
crashed.
too. Because like when you crash or when something's changing or you're new to a sport, like you get 50,000
Different
ideas,
information, yeah.
and you might get the wrong information from someone that you really trust, and then you get different information. So it's good to actually hear that rule because I've heard lots of conflicting, things.
Yeah.
But because people said just whack goggles on. There's no rule to say that you can't have the lid on or.
Well, there isn't a rule to say you can't have lid. You just got to have that.
You got to have lots of other
Zone of
things
protection.
in place. So,
There's no fucking way I'd wear goggles and do that anyway.
so basically, you'd be surprised at what it would be like if you didn't have it because you got. Well, anyway, we'll get into it. But so that first one, 5 centimeters head clearance above your head, which is standard in even an enclosed cockpit. So you got to have 5 centimeters of head clearance from the top of your helmet to the inside of your cockpit.
I've been told it's 100, so that's good to hear. Yep.
Yeah, well, yeah.
100 mil.
And then, so you got to have a recommended, which shouldn't be in there because the word recommended just shouldn't be in anything that's a rule. 10 centimeters covering at least 50% of the top of the helmet.
So they'd be coming out horizontal.
Yeah, so it comes out like a little dome over
the rule
the top.
doesn't say that though.
Recommended.
It says recommended and it says 50% of the top of the helmet. Now that 50% could be one side.
Oh, yeah.
Doesn't say from the rear. There's a little diagram there which indicates what we sort of think and most people with common sense would just go, it's from the back to the front. But that diagram is only for a vent.
Would that rule, like that vagueness, be for side entry hatches? Because it'd cover the side.
This is for no hatch.
Yeah,
so you don't actually
forget
have
about the normal one, like the newer day ones.
Yeah,
because they've got a proper construction lid.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, this is for no lid.
Yeah, so maybe you'd have to read all the other rules, but maybe it does include even with the lid, but they're just including the lid as part of the part over the top of your head. Because I think like an Evercraft obviously has the top lid.
Yeah.
But if that lid is also structural, that's covering the rear top 50%. Well, it doesn't say rear. I'm just throwing that in there. So that's
with the older DAX, I'm going to say.
Like my butt.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. But even some of them they go over the top and then they come sort of back sort of to your ear side.
Yeah.
So it probably still is the 50%, and then there's more than 50% across the top of your head.
Yeah. Yeah, well, it's recommended at least 50%.
Yeah.
And then it also says a bit further down, that's the top of the helmet, and at least 50% of the side of the helmet with the driver's head in the furthest aft position. So when they say 50% of the side, that's not from the back to the front. That's from the bottom to the top.
Yeah.
But it doesn't actually say that. So you could literally cover the wrong 50%. Who measures the 50%?
Yeah.
I don't know. But yeah.
Either, it's clear.
Anyway, is it?
Clear as day, clear as mud.
We know what it's meant to mean, but it doesn't say it.
Does that need board press too at the same time?
Clear as mud.
This
doesn't.
one doesn't do it.
All right, 1002.82. It is recommended that a minimum 12 mil, 4 kg ethofoam or other energy absorbing foam support completely around the inside helmet area to prevent injury from helmet hitting any part of the reinforced cockpit.
That's quite funny to see that because there's a lot of boats out there that don't have it, including mine.
I would say most of them don't.
So is that
So I reckon
saying-
the only older style, I know there's a couple of older style like KTs and that do have it
The
because you're so tight in the old.
So that's your helmet hitting the side when you crash.
yeah, so you
Because I smacked my head on the right and I've got the lifeline and I reckon that mouthpiece,
Yeah, it'd move for sure.
yeah, it saved me. Because
it does, yeah.
Yeah.
So it's any energy absorbing foam
Clark rubber shit. Yeah.
inside your cockpit. But there's no need for that rule to be there because the third word says recommended.
Yeah, so it's not.
So you don't even have to have
Oh,
it.
so it's not a rule.
No, it's not a rule.
Once again.
Well, they did look when I got my boat tech inspected this year. That question was asked. Look, they said, "Have you got the foam inside?" And looked, So the people Tech inspected had interpreted that it was a rule.
Yeah. Yeah, well, it's
It's
recommended.
a rule, but just recommended.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
why they let you go with it. Yeah.
I've got it.
which
Yeah,
is
right.
which is weird. Anyway, clear.
Clear.
Clear as day.
1002.85. So I don't know where the fuck 0.83 and 84 went to, but we'll just
Deleted.
skip to 002.85. It is recommended that in an open reinforced cockpit opening, totaling 60 centimetres squared, surrounding the driver's head be added to relieve the hydraulic effect. So that's just that's what the diagram is referring to.
And that's again with no lid.
Well, this one is specifically with no lid, but it's only recommended still. So you don't have to have it. So it's stupid.
It's not a
Stupid
rule.
being in
Yeah,
there.
right. Yep.
Either take out the word recommended and make it compulsory and everyone's got to do it, or just fuck it off.
If you want to know about recommendations, you could call someone from ski racing because that's all they've got at the moment.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that an open reinforced cockpit opening totaling 60 centimetres squared, surrounding the driver's head be added. Yeah, so that's missing words as well.
Yeah.
They should say event be added.
That's what this segment's for.
Yeah.
Fix the rule book.
There's the button.
Yeah, so it's just well, yeah. It's not clear, is it?
Nope.
Clear as mud.
All right, that's the only ones in that section. So thanks, Mikey, for your support, and yeah, we'll throw a dart hopefully next week.
Hopefully.
We'll work something out. We've got a list of things that we need to get on top of.
Yes.
All right. Have we got any questions this week?
No.
Do
Mitch,
better.
You got any questions?
Something that's floating around a little bit, I suppose, a question. What's your thoughts on transponders to eliminate the stopwatch for timing?
So we've spoken about that a few times.
We have had that. We've had some listeners call.
There's
call
been a
that in.
couple of there's been a couple of things sent in about it. They'd be nice to get some and trial them just at a club day.
Yeah. F1H2O is implementing MyLapse transponders.
Yep.
That brand. It actually popped up on Facebook the other day. I've seen it.
So how do they work?
I didn't look too far into it, but when this conversation usually comes up, everyone says that's too expensive, and then that's the end of it.
Yeah.
But the MyLapse one that come up was about I think book $400 AUD, which is the unit. But then obviously you got to buy the gear and the program and stuff like that. But it's I think that the sport's getting on far enough that it's something you can't keep going off stopwatch.
Nah.
No,
Something's got to be
too
done better.
inconsistencies
The,
about
the only thing that I had with it, like the cost didn't really come into my brain because I thought if we're buying on a large scale like we would be, surely we'd be getting deals making it cheaper and, the APBA could probably subsidise half of it or whatever goes on. But the main thing was that it actually works before you throw out a whole heap of money at it.
Yeah.
Like because, time in cars is a lot different to boats.
Yeah, and especially the F1, their courses are massive. So you haven't got a discrepancy, our course has been so close that crossing the line on the other side.
Yeah, if
could
you've got
pick it up.
Yep.
if you've got a zone that's slightly too big when you're going up the back straight, it may trigger your lap time.
Yeah, we did use a program called Race Live. No, it was Race Safe. Then I got moved to Race Live, which was the next one with ski racing, and they ended up using that, and it was pretty accurate for the time. It was used in Worlds, so it did get used in the circuit racing format. Originally, it was A to B sprint race, and then you could go on that program, watching it live, and set your own line. And like create your own finish line, and it was pretty accurate. You know, if you did it on your phone, and you're watching it out there.
So that's GPS based.
Yeah, well, what it was is they found a phone that runs off a certain frequency. It's not 4G, it's not 5G. I can't remember what it was. And it's a phone that you can make phone calls and message, but you're not meant to. And that phone receives a specific signal that you just chuck in the boat.
Yep.
And it picks it up that way. How accurate, I can't remember. I don't know. But it was pretty good.
Yeah.
The Ames dashes are pretty good for that.
That's true, actually, yeah. Yeah. Like I even because that you put on the auto track finder.
Yeah.
I didn't think about that. They are, because I get a flash when I turn mine off and it'll give me lap times.
Yeah.
It's been pretty accurate.
So I don't know what I'm assuming Reese is just a normal DAC one, but I don't know if that's Ames or what it is. But his downloads, and it's nearly spot on to what they're timing. And they're doing time trials. And
It's definitely out there. There's lots of options. I think that it's something that needs to be.
It just needs to be not individual like your aim dash, because you can't have an
Yes.
official running around every boat trying to get all the
download all the
information
data.
when you need
you
to.
need it live.
Yeah,
But
it needs to be sent to the tower.
Yeah. They need to.
The best system I've seen, I'm pretty sure I've said it before, was I was in the national boardroom when Motec come in and did their presentation about the whole thing. It's pretty much the same software that supercars use. We didn't adopt it for some reason, I'm going to assume because it was too expensive. I think from memory, it was about 30,000 a year to do. But that was all the programming, and they would keep updating it and everything else. But you think about it, like 30 grand over, 300 drivers, it's $100 each.
I wonder what jet boats use. There's a new jet boat course. Where's that course being built?
I'm not that silly, Mitch.
Yeah, but the jet boats would have something similar, wouldn't they?
Yeah, but I think they've got a start line and finish line. It's just timed.
That's pretty easy. Yeah, they don't really go in rough water and shit either to have it bounce. So you could have a laser beam as soon as they break the beam.
true.
And
Yeah,
that was all the main things with us. Like if you use a laser style, you have to guarantee
move.
you're going to break it, like not have your nose in the air going across the finish line, then it clips on the back of your boat if someone else has got theirs low, or I don't know. Just something that someone needs to get. But the Motec thing was fucking awesome. It's still got me stuffed while we didn't. So that was built for red flags, not necessarily lap times, but it could do lap times. And you could have the track set and you could see exactly where every boat was on the track. You could see where all your officials were, and all you needed was a mobile phone.
You're right.
The mobile phone that you're using now, it just on that day, Motec took over that phone, so you couldn't make calls or anything with it. It just got sort of locked out and it was their thing. And you just mount that somewhere on your dash, and when a red flag come up, your whole screen would be red. When it's green, it's green.
That's
when
what
there's a
our-
yellow flag, one lap to go, all yellow.
It's similar to Race Safe or whatever.
Race Live, yeah.
Race Live, yeah.
And because if you stop, it'll detect you've stopped, and you push green, I'm all good.
Yeah.
Yellow.
I'm not sure we could touch anything, but that was its very base format. So what Peter Sweeney was sort of saying in his presentation, that's how it can start, but it can progress into having an app on the App Store that fans can download while they're at the thing, and they can watch your live data while you're running on their own phone.
That stuff's worth its weight in gold too.
Yeah,
That
yeah. Well,
gets
then you can
followers
put
and
sponsors and all that sort of stuff can be on that page.
Your live
and,
coverage as your time straight up.
Yeah, you could be watching your top speed that you're going right at that point, and it's like anyone in the pits being able to get your live data. That would be so cool.
But in tunnel boat side of things, you'd just go and buy a cheap one because it'd probably get wet.
yeah, fucking will. I thought I was home and hosed. Excuse the pun.
You're certainly hosed.
When I rolled, because I thought everything was good, and it was just a massive learning curve getting it back on the water. Everyone helped out, got it back on the water, and then I went out, did a lap, was all good, and then went out, did another lap, and there was a vibration through the boat, and I thought, what the no, it should be fine. What the vibration was doing was winding my fucking throttle bolt back in. So when I went out for the race, I couldn't get past half throttle.
Oh, yeah.
And that's all it was. And I thought that, because every time I was testing and I was down the back using my thumb on the carbies,
Yeah.
I never sat in the seat to fucking do it.
Pushed it, yeah.
Well, live and learn.
Painful, isn't it?
That's how they all learn, but
Yeah, well, I'll probably never put my bolts in the hat like I did again. Ever. That's a mistake that I made.
You learn way more from fuck ups than you do from doing the right thing.
100%. All right. So if you do have a question, like what Mitch had, send in your question using the memo.fm link. You'll find it in the show notes. Geordie was actually supposed to send a question in. So, yeah, thanks, Geordie, for not fucking sending it in. Joel, how's HSG going?
someone must have been approving posts because I haven't done many and they've seen a couple the last few days.
Okay.
I literally don't touch it because it's your job.
There is
I have my
auto,
No, it's
auto
definitely
approve.
not auto approve. I turned
you've
all that
taken them
off.
off?
That was
Okay.
ages ago, yeah.
Yeah, remember he cracked the shits when we turned all that on?
Yeah,
Because there was a couple of extras like just doubles up and whatnot getting put in there.
Yeah. No,
You got to train it.
when Joel cracks the shits at me,
Yeah,
I just
I was
don't
like a
listen.
pet. You got to train it to what you want it to do.
Yeah, turn it off.
I don't want you to do fucking anything.
Yeah, so
No, there was one today actually that I didn't approve, so I don't know how it happened there. But that was the hydro going over and coming back out. You haven't seen that one?
No.
I think it was Skeet. Put it in.
was that the GoPro?
Yeah,
There was
hanging on
comment
about.
about how well the GoPro was mounted on the boat.
Yeah.
Yeah, the GoPro goes upside down in the water. Like you can see the
It mustn't have went fully upside
beautiful
down.
underwater though.
It's just fully, like, you'd say 90 degrees and just driving into the water and then just pops back out.
Yeah, and just keeps
Upright.
I don't know if
But
it
she's
keeps
a long
going.
way
Does it?
under.
Doesn't keep going though, does it?
No, because she was under.
She stopped. Yeah,
What sort of hydroplane? Like a GP hydroplane? Or?
Don't know.
It doesn't
It's just
show it.
like a front view. So it looked like a GP, but it could have been like a 350 or something like that.
Have you guys seen the video of the drag hydro in the US?
Drive.
It gets
Yeah.
off the start line and it goes up, and when it comes back down, the sponsons go just under the surface of the water.
Yeah.
And because he's still flat out on the loud pedal, it literally drives under the water and
bad.
it full disappears. The water goes smooth again. Then all of a sudden it pops back out
Is
and
it
there's
mud on the
mud on the front of the sponsons.
Oh,
He's gone to the bottom.
he'd
That's a
see
lot of
that
water.
too.
Yeah, you'd be watching it straight through the windscreen. Fuck, there's the bottom. Boom.
that's someone that doesn't lift unless they see Jesus.
Well, I've never obviously driven one, but I've heard that them top fuel boats, you basically smash the pedal, it launches up and lands, and you just hope it lands right. If it lands right, you just keep your foot into it and go down the track. If it lands fucked, lift off the
crashing.
throttle, and that's your run over.
I saw one the other week where it was like the drag setup but no capsule, and the boat was bouncing and bouncing and carry on, and the front snapped.
Yeah,
and
whole deck comes
and
off.
he leapt out of the seat and was sitting backwards on the snapped boat.
Yeah, right. Yeah, actually, I think I did see that
That's
too.
an old one, that one, yeah.
Yeah, would not have been comfortable.
I've seen a couple of doozy drag boat crashes.
There's a few old ones like that you don't even think something's happened, but they just fall out the front.
Yeah.
Like an engine's locked up or just something, but it still looks normal and they just go forwards.
The jet boats, when they lock an engine, I don't know what they've done now, but these are like old ones. When they lock engines, they literally they don't even like when our propeller-driven boats lock an engine, well, when they used to, when we didn't have the whirlaways, it'd literally pull the front of the boat into the water, and that's like you'd see the spray and it'd sort of stop the boat. Well, a jet boat doesn't do that because there's nothing under the water breaking it. So it locks the engine up and literally just turns sideways at full noise.
That's weird.
Yeah.
Do you guys see that another madam down at bloody
Yeah. Yeah.
where was it? Lake Charm?
No,
yeah.
I missed that.
He went over on Saturday or Sunday over there, yeah.
Yeah,
Looks
right.
like it had like a bit of a rock left and right in rough water, and it's just caught a chine.
It did a couple of bounces from the video I got sent in the slow-mo. Bounce, 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 and then it's hit a good roller. And it looks like he's just plated just like that split second too late as it's gone up.
Yeah.
And then when it's come back down, it's just plated
Landed
into the
nose
water
heavy.
and it's just gone right.
Steered it. Yeah.
And just turned over.
Yeah, the story
Nothing big, but
the story I heard was that it was a lockup, but I don't.
they
I don't,
said a
I
lock-up
don't-
gearbox, but
Yeah, I don't
the
rate that
whirlaway should
comment.
work.
Yeah, the whirlaway should be unless it's on the clutch side anyway. So no.
unless you lock the shaft inside your skeg.
Yeah, but we don't think so.
Yeah, anything to go wrong after the clutch can probably potentially do that. But
Yeah, you'd think so.
Yeah. If you had a clutch failure, I suppose it will still lock it up, but you'd think it'd blow the gearbox apart.
I don't know whether it would lock it up.
That's what I mean. It'd just blow the clutch off the gearbox and keep spinning. Like, because they're not joined.
No. Yeah, I don't think you could really lock the clutch up.
No. So just destroy itself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, so how are you guys going with the footy tipping?
Oh, I'm getting better. I'm
Actually-
up 6 positions.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I can tell you what you did.
I'm just trucking along.
I joined a new stupid app where you have to submit your tips, and I didn't fucking click submit, and I was 4 from 4. No, I was 0 from 4 because I didn't put my fucking tips in.
They all say they're 4 from 4 when they don't put their tips in.
Tigers would have fucked me anyway.
I only got 2 wrong this week, I think.
Yeah, you got 6. I got 6, yeah. But you're up 3 positions. Oh, you had a shocker last week.
Yeah,
That's
I
right.
fucking killed it week 1, and then last week it was fucked.
Mallory's still winning.
Do you guys see the Broncos Storm game on Friday night, I think it was.
I did, yeah.
No, it wasn't them.
You wouldn't think Storm would. You wouldn't think Broncos had any chance on that one, eh?
Nope.
So
Not one person in Tipping Comp picked Broncos.
They were 14-0 going into half time.
That's exactly what they did in the grand
And
final last year.
I just fell asleep and then woke up to them going, like, talking to Broncos because they won. I'm like, what the fuck's going on here?
It was exactly what they did in the grand final last year. Let Melbourne run away to a lead and then went, righto, we'll play now.
That's
and come
mental.
back and,
That's
yeah.
really cool.
We still suck in AFL too.
Yeah, I know.
AFL sucks.
We're definitely heading some prizes over for that one.
Who's winning?
The Senior Farm, don't know, and Tommy Sawyer. They're on equal points. Just their margins are different.
Has Tommy got a better margin?
No, shitter. I only got a couple of points, but yeah,
Righto.
we're all just getting fucking flogged. But hey, just the big hitter, but fucking still in.
Yeah, fucking I was spewing. I put my tip in. And
I was always tipping fucking Warriors.
I thought, yep, I'm going to pick a team that no one else is going to pick this week. So when they win, everyone else can lose, and then I'll win on my own. I put my tip in. Fucking 2 seconds later, Joel puts the same fucking team in. I said, fuck off, cunt.
I was always as if you weren't picking them when the Knights had fucking
No one else
Ponga
did.
and that out.
No one else did.
Yeah, because they're idiots and they got out. There's only 3 left now.
Yeah, me, you, and Greenie. I've already spent the money, so I better win.
Righto. So jump on a bit of a meme of the week.
Oh, yeah?
Let's see if
I can't remember what I sent through.
Joel can work it out. The new board.
Well, the board's easy.
Joel knows boats.
Bit of a delay in it, but the board's easy.
Googling his name, no letter is more important than that R in Gary Oldman.
Did you get it? Did you hear it?
Gay old man.
When
That's fucking good.
I like them blokes. They're pretty funny.
They're funny as.
Can't just tell me no. I have 3 wishes. You have to grant them. I've only used 2. Look, I get I'm a genie and I have to grant the wish, but can you please wish for something fucking normal? Could you wish for something like money or power? Could you wish for a normal thing, please? I'm gonna. I was just having fun with my first 2 wishes. I'll be normal with my 3rd. Do you promise me? Do you promise me when I grant your 3rd wish, it'll be for something fucking normal? Genie, you have my word that my 3rd wish will truly be my truest desire in this entire world, okay? Oh, I'm gonna regret this. All right. No, yeah, that's my job. I'm a genie. What's your 3rd wish? What's your 3rd wish? Do you want money? What do you want? What's your 3rd wish? I wish I may. I wish I might. Oh, genie, grant my wish tonight. I've told you don't need to do that. You don't need to do that before your wish. Just tell me what your wish is and I'll grant it. Let's get this over with. I never want to see you again. I wish for another genie blowjob. Fucking damn it! You can't.
Yeah, I'd be upset if I was a genie too.
No, you
Fucking damn it.
Just close your eyes.
Think about something else.
Tonight, less than 24 hours after the reported passing of Chuck Norris, unexpected developments are emerging overseas. Let's go now to Trey Ray for details.
That's right, Kevin. Iranian mullahs are learning there are no more virgins left in heaven. Sources say they're still trying to process it.
Breaking tonight.
That's pretty good.
That's pretty funny.
That's one of the best ones I've ever heard.
Oh, that was brilliant when I come across that today.
Right out. Email us in highspeedgaragepodcast@gmail.com. That'll be it for the afternoon. You guys happy with that?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Catch us later.
All right.
Sign off.
Get on the socials. And just remember, don't be doesn't complain when you finish in 2 minutes.